The latest PC games can be played on the go with a gaming laptop, and you can also rely on it for work from home as well. They also come in a wide range of sizes, prices, and features, from small and inexpensive laptops with mid-range graphics to humongous display-equipped desktop replacements with dazzling RGB lighting and a ton of processing muscle. Hello guys, in today's video we're looking at the 5 best gaming laptops of 2023. And if you want more information, we also put the links in the description box down below. Thanks. Starting our list with number 5, we've got the Acer Nitro 16. Gaming is an expensive hobby, and fortunately, there are gaming options that won't break the bank. The Acer Nitro 16 is a great example that doesn't break the bank while still delivering some of the latest specs you can get. For starters, the base model comes with a 13th Gen Intel Core i5-13500H processor that goes beyond performance to let your laptops do even more at once. With a first-of-its-kind design, you get the performance you need to play, record, and stream games with high FPS and effortlessly switch to heavy multitasking workloads like video, music, and photo editing. That's paired with an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050 laptop GPU that uses up to 140 watts of power, delivering a surprising amount of performance. It only comes with 8GB of DDR5 RAM, but you can upgrade it later, and there's 512GB PCIe Gen 4 of storage out of the box. Despite being affordable, the Acer Nitro 16 has a 16-inch panel with a 16:10 aspect ratio. It comes in a fairly 2560 by 1600 display resolution, but the 165Hz refresh rate makes this a great option for any gamer, and it pairs well with the specs here. Unfortunately, you only get a 720p webcam and no Windows Hello support. The design shows where Acer cuts some costs, with a 26mm thickness making this laptop a bit unwieldy along with a nearly 6-pound weight. Still, it looks fairly clean and stylish, and it gives you a lot of ports including 2 USB Type-C and 3 Type-A ports, HDMI, Ethernet, a headphone jack, and a micro SD card reader. It's hard to ask for much more here. Overall, at $1,000, this is right at the threshold of what we consider a budget option, but for gamers, it's still one of the best value laptops around. Next up at number 4, we've got the Alienware X14. The Alienware X14 gaming laptop is Dell's latest release in the 14-inch Alienware family and comes with all the latest technology including DDR4 memory, clocked at a whopping 3200 MHz and a 12th generation Intel 14-core processor. That means the 14 cores on the Core i7-12700H processor allow for exceptional multitasking. The processor will run at 3.5 GHz under low use, but will boost to 4.7 GHz under heavy use for powerful performance. This Alienware X14 gaming laptop comes with a 14-inch non-touch screen with Full HD at 1080p resolution for stunningly clear visuals and a 144Hz refresh rate for super smooth gameplay, and a dedicated NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 Ti graphics card with 4GB of dedicated graphics RAM, great for gaming or photo and video editing. The 16GB DDR4 RAM running at 3200 MHz will let you smoothly run multiple applications and browser tabs all at once, and a 1TB NVMe M.2 SSD will provide fast startup, fast data transfers, and allow for large file storage. The design of the X14 mirrors that of the more expensive X15 and X17 Alienware models, which means this is one of the most visually arresting gaming laptops on the market, and the build quality is second to none. There are also a few downgrades, such as the absence of per-key RGB lighting and the Stadium LED's ring light that circles the back of the larger models. The smaller model also lacks the stain-resistant clear coat that comes on the other machines, which is a bit cheap of Alienware. Alienware's habit of putting all the jacks and ports around the back reaches its ultimate form on the X14, which could annoy some users if they regularly plug or unplug peripherals, and there's also no Ethernet port. Overall, the combination of fast processor, strong GPU, and high-quality display makes the X14 an ideal notebook for graphics-heavy productivity tasks like 3D modeling or video editing. At number 3, we've got the MSI Titan GT77. If you want a big laptop that makes good use of all the power, the MSI Titan GT77 is a beastly machine with a big display. It starts with top-tier performance afforded by the Intel Core i9-13980HX, along with up to an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090 laptop GPU delivers the ultimate immersive experience in gameplay, multitask work, and productivity. What's more, you can configure this laptop with up to a massive 128GB of DDR5 RAM and a 4TB NVMe SSD out of the box, so there's nothing you're not getting here. Along with that, the MSI Titan GT77 has a huge 17-inch display and an incredibly sharp 4K resolution, delivering fantastic visual experiences for gaming and content creation. That's taken even further when you consider that this is a UHD 144Hz mini LED panel with multiple dimming zones and certified for display at HDR 1000, along with covering 100% DCI-P3 display, offers an abundant color gamut, more vivid colors, and faster display for the ultimate gaming experience. It unfortunately comes with a 720p webcam, but it does support Windows Hello facial recognition, which is very welcome. Design-wise, the MSI Titan GT77 is as beefy as the specs indicate. It does weigh a whopping 7.30 pounds, so this is not a machine you want to take with you everywhere. The laptop is also very flashy with an RGB mechanical keyboard and a large RGB light bar all across the fan exhaust on the rear of the laptop. That big chassis also gets you a ton of ports with 2 Thunderbolt 4 connections, 3 USB type of ports, HDMI, mini display port, Ethernet, and a full-sized SD card reader. The clear downside here is the extremely high price, but if you want the cream of the crop for performance and visuals, the MSI Titan GT77 is hard to beat. Next up at number 2, we've got the Razer Blade 18. While laptops are meant to be portable for many of us, they replace the desktop PC at home. If you want something with the power to match that kind of PC, the Razer Blade 18 is for you. A desktop replacement obviously needs a large screen, and the Blade 18's 18-inch panel is among the largest we've seen on a laptop. It is very sharp and ideal for both gaming and creative work with a 16:10 aspect ratio, quad HD resolution, and a 240Hz refresh rate. That's also helped by the 100% coverage of DCI-P3 color gamut, making for a fantastic viewing experience overall. The cherry on top is a 5-megapixel webcam living above that display, with Windows Hello facial recognition support. It comes with up to an Intel Core i9-13950HX processor with 24 cores and 32 threads for incredible CPU performance, and that comes backed up by up to an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090 laptop GPU, pushing the TGP to its full potential with up to 175 watt of power. That's all the performance you could ever want, and you could add up to 64 gigs of RAM and a 2 TB SSD for storage, which can be upgraded later if you need more. A large, powerful laptop like this will be pretty heavy, and the 6.8 pounds of weight is no joke, but the laptop stays reasonably thin at 21.9 millimeters. This isn't meant to be a laptop you carry around though, it's a desktop workstation you can occasionally move to a different place. It does look sleek though, with its all-black chassis and subtle RGB lighting Razer is known for. And for ports, you get 2 USB-C ports, 3 USB type of ports, an HDMI 2.1 port, an RJ45 Ethernet, a headphone jack, and a full-sized SD card reader. Overall, all of this comes in a very expensive package, however, starting at $2,900 for the entry-level model. But if you want the top-tier specs, you can spend over $4,000, so it's certainly not a laptop for everyone, but still, it's a tremendous machine. The last product on our list is the Alienware X16. There are a lot of powerful gaming laptops on the market right now, but none are quite like the Alienware X16. This powerful laptop does things differently from other gaming laptops, and if you can afford it, it's the best on the market. It comes with 13th generation Intel Core H series processors, rather than the HX series found on most gaming laptops. It's not quite as powerful as those processors, but it's a lot more efficient. And since most games need GPU performance the most, you're still well off with up to 14 cores and 20 threads in the Core i9-13900HK CPU here. It also goes up to an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090 laptop GPU, and thanks to the Element 31 cooling interface, combined with up to 64 GB of RAM memory and a 4 TB M.2 NVMe SSD, this is one of the fastest laptops around. Beyond that, the Alienware X16 has a superb 16-inch display with a 16:10 aspect ratio and quad HD resolution. It also has a smooth 240Hz refresh rate for top-tier performance in esports titles. And to help it stand out, it covers 100% of DCI-P3, meaning color reproduction is great on this display, so you'll have a great time watching movies here as well. Above that display is a 1080p webcam complete with Windows Hello support. The Alienware X16 is a beautiful laptop, mixing a silver exterior with a black interior, plus a lot of RGB lighting, for one of the more unique gaming laptops available. It also has an optional mechanical Cherry MX keyboard. Notably, this powerful gaming laptop measures just 18.57 millimeters in thickness and starts at 5.67 pounds, making it more portable than most of its rivals. As for ports, it includes 2 USB-C ports, 2 USB Type-A ports, HDMI, a mid-display port, a headphone jack, and a micro SD card slot. Overall, the Dell Alienware X16 is the best model to pass our desks for anyone on the hunt for a high-end machine with bags of power to spare for future releases. The biggest downside with this laptop is that it's very expensive compared to laptops with similar specs, but if you can afford it, it's definitely one of the best experiences you can get. Thanks for watching, that's all for now, and hope all of you guys enjoy the video. Thanks.